I'm Victor Dennis Otomo. I'm a 400 level student of Department of Accounting, University of Oview.
Wow. Let me just read the story for you. My
Okay,
boyfriend was I was dating another girl. He broke up
okay.
with me to settle for me. He was a nobody, still in school. Towards his final year, he had a kidney. I gave him one of my kidney as he was about dying. His ill health, he couldn't write his exams. I decided to finish it for him. I was caught and rusticated for impersonation. My father died after he found out. I left home and borrowed some money to send him abroad. Just early this year, I heard he's getting married. I approached him. He said he couldn't risk it, but he would pay me for the sacrifice I made for him. And I'm thinking of giving him his advice. This particular person is trying to tell us that we should have to advise her. Please, can you just advise her um, based on what I've read out?
Hmm. So you said you she had a boyfriend, right?
Yes,
And they were dating, and she gave him her kidney.
exactly.
Wow, so much love. Okay, and not just that, her father died after he found out.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot, first of all. But I think the girl, she really loves the guy to have done that. She really loves the guy to have done that, because giving someone your kidney who is not even family, I understand that, okay, yes, but first of all, I think she did something very, very wrong. Yeah. It's really wrong for her to have done that without the consent of her parents. You don't take such decisions without letting family know. Because if anything should happen tomorrow, it's possible that the guy could actually move on. You understand? He could move. So she is only family that will stay. It's family that will stay. So she should have actually spoken
Seek
to a
seek the
family
permission of the
member.
parents first.
Yeah.
Okay, for you now, there are some questions I would like to ask you about relationship as regards to this particular thing that we read out. What do
Okay.
you what do men usually seek in a woman? And why do men and women cheat?
Well, firstly, men often seek companionship, yeah, because even right from the Bible, right from the days of Adam and Eve, it has always been companionship. So they seek companionship and understanding from a woman. Yeah, there is this feeling you get when people understand you, like you are able to communicate with someone, and oh, this person understands you. You get the satisfaction from communication. So
Yes.
firstly, men seek companionship and they seek for understanding. They seek for understanding from women. That's just basically what every man seeks.
Okay. So the next question there is, should a woman sacrifice everything in a relationship no matter the cost? And that also goes to a man. Should a man sacrifice everything in a relationship?
Well, um, sorry, hold on. Well, I think sacrifice in a relationship should be mutual. Yeah. A woman should sacrifice, but not everything. She should not sacrifice her identity. She should not sacrifice her personal goals. And I think basically those
Identity.
are the two.
Identity.
Yes,
Wow.
when I
How?
mean sacrifice your identity, I will explain. I meant, for example, now you see most ladies, even before they met this guy and all that, they
Yes.
have been, yeah, there's this level of which they have come to. So um that's their identity. Like, this is what people know them for. There's a way people see them. So the fact that, oh, you are married to this guy or you're in a relationship with this guy, you shouldn't sacrifice that identity, because in and out, that will continue to be your identity. That is the way people see you. So by the time you start changing, possibly you are not changing for the better, you are changing for the worse. It's another issue. You understand? So they
Wow.
shouldn't sacrifice their well-being, firstly, because there are some relationship that is kind of toxic, where they kind of beat a woman and all that, and then that's her well-being being at stake. She shouldn't sacrifice her personal goals, because I think relationships will enhance and not diminish. So it's really, really bad if a lady should sacrifice her personal goals, yes, in a relationship. Thank you.
Wow. Okay, the third question should be, how can someone spot red flags or bad traits early in a relationship? And also, do you think that you can be able to spot those red flags in a man or in a woman on time? Because there are some people that do hide their character. Can you be able to spot those red flags on time?
Well, you should be able to spot a red flag
How?
on time, yeah, if you are actually watchful. Now I will say spotting of a red flag is something that it can be assessed through your actions and your words. Yes, the actions and the words of your partner. That's how you spot a red flag. Because the words of which I say to you, if you are smart, you should pick every bit of it. You should actually go back, sit and have a rethink on what I said. That's how what I usually do on my own. That's personally though. I can sit and have a rethink on everything which was said to me today. You understand? So
Yes.
that when in a process of rethinking, I kind of spot some words that were not supposed to be correct. Yeah. So with something like that, you can easily spot a red flag. Yeah,
Easily.
yes, you can spot the red flags, and then the person's action too can also may like help you spot the red flag easily.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's basically spotting of red flags is through the words and the action of the person. It's not usually easy, but you being someone that's attentive and maybe you pay attention to little things, it's easier for you. That's why most times I encourage people to meditate, because in the process of meditation you actually come to think of some things which ordinarily on your own you wouldn't have thought of.
Wow. That's nice. Okay, the
Yeah,
fourth question should be, can those red flags ever be missed or hidden during the early stages? It's almost the same thing, sha. Can it be missed?
yeah, it could actually
Because
be missed.
in a relationship like this, maybe when you people just started dating, you may not be seeing some characters. You may not even see some sign. But as time goes on, you start seeing some of the characters coming up. How can you be able to deal with such?
Well, I think to spot red flags you have to first of all look out for his or her inconsistency, because the truth is this: red flag can be hidden. Yes, it can be hidden, but not forever. It can be hidden for long but not forever. You understand? So you actually look out for his or her inconsistencies, because if someone does something today, does it tomorrow, does it next tomorrow, that is a red flag. Don't let anybody deceive you. It's actually a red flag. So they are your it can be hidden though, because most people are skilled. They are skilled at hiding red flags. But when it's done consistently, that's what makes it a red flag.
Okay. Okay, the fifth question. What's the easiest way to recover emotionally from a painful breakup?
Hmm. The easiest way to recover emotionally from a painful breakup.
Yeah.
Well, we all as humans, we have different coping mechanism. Yeah, as and it differs actually. What works for me might not work for you. But I just think for myself, I'll use myself as an example. One of the easiest ways which you can cope from a painful breakup is to engage your mind.
Yes.
Yeah, you engage your mind. Now, when your mind is engaged, you tend not to have time to think of the breakup and all that. It comes. Time will come when you think of it, but then when your mind is engaged at that point, you won't be thinking of it. Yes. So most people now, you say, okay, they hit the gym. Yeah. Like I have a friend which, due to the cause of his breakup, he hit the gym. And nigga is doing really well. He's doing fantastic. Even currently, his physique is really, really great. So that came as an outcome of a breakup. Not that he actually wanted to hit the gym. You see? So when you break
Mhm.
up, I think you should try to give yourself self-care. Yeah. Self-care is one of the way you could cope in a after a breakup. And then don't rush into another relationship. Yeah, that is one of the, because I just see most people they say, oh, your replacement is on my DM. That word, your replacement is on my DM, it's very wrong, because the devil you know is better than the angel you know is better than the devil you do not know. You understand?
Exactly.
So that's why you don't just rush into a relationship after a breakup. That's another way to cope is just you try to stay on your own for some time. The truth is, before you met these people, you were doing pretty well. You were very much okay. You were
Exactly.
doing well even before you met that your guy. And I know, okay, it's all love and all that, but then I don't think rushing into another relationship will be really, really good for you as at that time. Yeah, as at that time, I don't think it will be really good for you.
Okay. But do you think that relationship in a way affects someone, that like it affects
Hmm.
someone's growth, someone's way of thinking? It affects the person
Yeah.
totally.
Well, I actually think so. It affects you in all areas of your life. Now, take for instance, you're in a relationship with someone, let me use a prayerful girlfriend or maybe a wife. Yeah. So you're in a relationship with someone who is prayerful. You know, the truth is, at some point, the prayers of that person is working for you. The prayers of that
Yes.
person is what actually working for you. So,
Ah, the way. What's the problem?
yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Sorry.
Yes, yes. Okay. Do you think something?
What's your
Uh-huh.
question?
Um, how do you recognize a serious partner versus someone who is not ready for commitment?
Hmm. You know, recognizing a serious partner is actually a lot. First of all, you look out for consistent actions, look out for willingness, look out for the ability to communicate. Yeah, a partner's ability to communicate. You know, you look out if this person is someone who is ready for commitment. Someone who is not serious with you will never give you the vibe or the sign of commitment. If, for example, a girl and a guy, let me use that a girl guy relationship. If this guy is just here and okay, he just wants to lay this girl and move, he will not give her any sign of commitment. He just comes, resists you, and off he goes. Now, you as a girl, the manner of approach which this guy brings, the guy's personality is what will
Yes.
tell you, oh, this guy is serious or this guy is not serious. You know, someone that actually keeps you special, and kind of separates you from family and friends. When I mean separate you from family and friends, when it comes to your own matter, he's always just you and him. He doesn't want any friend or family trying to play on the whole issue. You understand? Maybe
Yeah.
something is happening to you in your life now, and you tell this person, okay, see, this is what's happening to me. The person will actually keep it away from family and friends because maybe most times it's confidential. Most times we have confidential stuff, but since we this person is someone that okay we love, we'll tell this person. So if you tell somebody something like that and the person kind of mismanage the information and everyone gets that information which you told him or her and it was meant to be confidential, do you think that that's not seriousness? That person is not serious because if you don't have the ability to keep information and communicate well, I don't think that there's any sign of seriousness. It's like far from seriousness. So someone who is willing to grow as well, it's very easy. For example, you see a young man who is maybe he's not maybe there financially or whatever, but he's making effort. He's making effort. That is a sign of a serious person. Someone who is making effort for betterment. You know, there's this saying I say, all hustlers have their payday. Yeah, definitely. If you keep making effort consistently, you will reach your goal. You definitely reach your goal. So if you find someone like that, you know that okay, this person is serious. Because you don't expect someone who is just so reluctant about life and all that. You can't end up with someone like that. Those are just basic things that I see as a lady you see, and even as a guy you would see as well, because currently Nigeria is coming up with this mentality that oh the guy is the only person that is supposed to be
31st.
growing up. Yeah, there's
That the guy
this.
is what?
You said what?
No, you were saying so that the guy is what, that Nigerian comes up with the
Yeah,
mentality
Nigeria
that the guy
Nigeria is coming up with this mentality of it's only the guy that is supposed to be making certain efforts. I mean,
okay,
like
yes,
progressing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's coming with this mentality that the guy's progress should be visible, which is very, 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 very. I don't know the best word to use, but it's wrong. Yeah, that's it. It's wrong because you, as well as the lady, you should be someone that is making progress. You don't expect me to make progress and also come and end up with you who is not making
making
progress. You
progress.
understand?
I love this. I love this.
Because you will
Yes,
hold me down. You will hold me down. You are not really going to allow me move at my pace because a relationship most times when you are not with the right partner it slows down your growth. It slows down
exactly.
your growth. Now a young man who is starting life trying to fix himself here and there, and then you have this girl that okay she's not doing anything. Yes, because most of the ladies in relationship nowadays they don't have anything doing.
Doing
Relationship now
and
is a source of
they're
income.
expecting to and they're expecting to marry one kind man like that.
Yeah, I don't know how they get this mentality of they are all going to marry a rich man. But I like the fact that girls come up with that mentality they are all going to marry a rich man. But what effort are you making on your own self for personal
On your own
development?
self.
Yeah.
I love this.
So on the other end too, the guy as well, as he's making effort, he needs somebody that is also making effort. That's how you know serious person. You don't expect me to be making effort and you're not making effort.
Any
You
effort.
understand? There's no
Yes.
sign of seriousness there because someone like me, there's a level I will see myself, and the person I want at that point has to be someone that can meet up to that standard. It's
Bad.
not, but it's
I
just
love
something
this.
that will help me. Yes, it's something that I know will help me personally. Because if probably I'm at this level and you also are at that level, yes, it will be easier for we both to grow. Yes, life will be easier for we both. You can grow, I can grow because it's not difficult. It's easy me lifting you and you lifting me at the same time. We are at the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Than for
but
you to
when
end up
you
with
are
someone that's
maybe let's
expecting
say
for you to do the whole thing.
Yeah, for example, now maybe a guy is with a girl that, okay, this girl just left like the village or something. Yeah, maybe this girl just left the village, or let me not even use that scenario. Okay, even if she's here but she has nothing doing, she can't even boast of earning anything at the end of the month. So you now as the guy, you are working, you are earning. Do you know that having her in your life now, she at some point you see her as a liability? Because when someone keeps demanding for something consistently, you the giver, at some point it gets tiring. It's human nature. It cannot be
Yeah.
tampered with or whatever. It's human nature. It's very natural. At some point
Exactly.
you get tired and you're like, oh, and that you start seeing her as a liability. You start seeing her as a liability, which is very, very, very wrong. But now you
Wrong.
don't blame him at that point when he's seeing her as a liability, because she on her own end, she's not making personal development. Because if you are making personal development on your own end, it will be visible to him that, okay, even if she's not here, she's not like where exactly I want her to be, but at least she's making efforts to move. That's sign of growth. Like she has the zeal to leave the level she is already giving me, oh yes, we can walk. Because nobody just woke up any day and got to where he or she is right now. It was all a process and all that. It's a process. But then you don't expect someone who is already at a certain level to just come down and pick anybody. Because if you they say now who stand well now if you raise person, you understand?
Yeah.
You can't raise someone when you on your own you're not okay. So in order to
That's why
raise someone, the person at least has to have a foundation.
exactly. That's why I heard, was it not very dark man? I be one particular man. The man was saying that some girls were saying that they can't marry anyhow man, that they wished for Davido. Even Davido himself even said it. So they were trying to list some ladies that married all those wealthy men, that they themselves, that they have already established themselves. Look at this girl, Regina Daniels. She's already an
Yeah,
actress. Look at Choma.
yeah,
Choma is a chef. And many of them. But all those ladies where they find those kind men, do you get? They don't
yeah.
have anything doing. And they're expecting
Exactly.
something big.
That's just it. The thing is this. I feel there's this guy that is viral now, Gege. Most people don't like him, but I actually see sense in what he says, because you know he's not saying ladies should not, maybe a guy should not give a girl or whatever, but then he's just simply saying something. You as a girl, you have to work on yourself as well. You understand? Because as
Yes,
at the point where the lady is working on herself, you as the guy you're working on yourself, it actually helps your growth level for you both. You understand?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it.
So from this particular thing that I just read out, which
Yeah.
advice would you give to the girl? Which general advice would you give to her?
Well, she already made the mistake. It's already happened. So there's nothing she can do at this moment. She can't do anything at that moment. All she just have to do, for me, I think first of all, she has to accept her fate. Little things like pertaining to the story involved, it can lead to trauma and stuff like suicide.
Yes,
It can even affect her mental health, because the shock alone from that story, it's everything. The shock is everything. It can actually affect her mental health. So, following the story, I actually think that she should first of all accept her fate and try to forgive herself, because of course we all have conscience, and our conscience will always try to get at us. So she has to accept her fate and forgive herself. At this point, there's nothing she can do, because she can't get back to the guy to get her kidney back. It's not possible. Is that even the guy himself would not agree. Yeah, of course, he would die if he does. So
yeah. She gave
she
it
lost her
away.
father. She should also go and seek for forgiveness from her father. Yes, even if we know that okay, he's late and all that, but then the man didn't really die a happy death, so he's actually not really going to be at rest. And then she should just focus on living her life with her new tragedy.
Wow. Wow. All right, Victor,
Yeah.
thank you so much for we having you tonight. So we are hoping
Yeah.
to invite you again to our interview.
All right. Thank you very much.
All
It
right,
was
thank you
fun.
too.
Yeah. All right.